moving on a little bit from money, going back to our math mountain. We haven't talked about one of these in a long time. When we have a math mountain, it represents a total in two parts, okay? We use the word parts a lot because it means we took our total amount of something, or our biggest number, and we can break it into two parts, okay? We can call them parts. We can call them partners. And big-time mathematicians call them addends. They all mean the same thing, okay? Taking a total, and if you break it into pieces, those pieces can be called parts, partners, or addends, okay? So our big guy total is going to be 73, and one of our parts is going to be 34, and we're going to try and find what the other part would be, okay? This is something we've done before. We've been doing it with small numbers for quite a while now. Let's take a look over here at one that we would be using smaller numbers for, and then we'll come back to this hard one. Actually, I'm going to erase this hard one. Let's just do it with a small one to help us remember. Let's use 13, and let's know about the number 6, and we don't know what other partner goes with 6 to make 13, okay? When we do math mountains like this, in the past, we've known two strategies, okay? We can grab the big guy total and count down, or we can grab the known addend, the known part, the one that we know the number for, and count up, okay? Whichever's easier for you will get you the same answer, will get you the correct answer. Whichever one is easier for your brain should be the one you use. So if you're great at counting down, counting backwards, you should use the grab the big guy total and go down. If this is hard for you and you count up more easily, grab that 6 and count up. A lot of us count up easier, and coming down is a lot harder. So I'm going to grab that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. My mouth said 13, which I already have on my mountain, so I know that's not my number I'm looking for. I'm looking for the number that's shown on my finger, which is 5, 6, 7. Easy, right? Okay, so we know now by looking at this complete math mountain that these two are the addends, the partners, parts, and they could go together. We could add them. When they come together, they make a new bigger number, which is the big guy total. If I started with the big guy total and I took one of these away, counted down to take this one away, I'd be left with 7. If I started with 13 and I took 7 away, I'd be left with 6. So the way Math Mountain works can work with addition or subtraction. Okay? Let's go back to that harder one with bigger numbers. The thing is the numbers are bigger, but the process, what we're doing with it, is exactly the same as what we did with the easier Math Mountain. So we shouldn't be scared just because there's bigger numbers, okay? What we're going to do with this is we're going to think about what's happening on this mountain. We have a big guy total. We have one part. So this is a piece of the 73. We need to find out how many others there are that have to go with this piece to make that total, okay? Now there's a couple different strategies that we can use for this, and it's kind of hard to think about how to get started when you're talking about big numbers, okay? Grabbing the big guy total and counting down is a strategy you can use, but that's a lot of counting, because to go from 73 all the way down to 34 is way more than the fingers you have on your hands. And it's going to be hard to keep track of with the tens, and it's just a lot to keep track of, okay? Same way with grabbing our 34 and counting up to get to 73. It's a long way between 34 and 73 on a number line. If you just think about tens, 3 tens, 7 tens, you have a lot of 10 counting to do, and you have to count the ones as well before you can even come close to finding that answer. So because that counting on our fingers is not a good strategy, we're going to learn some other strategies in the next video that are going to help us do it in a way that makes sense and is quick and easy, but is not counting on our fingers.